Hey, everyone. Oh, wait, shoot, that's right. Hi. Hey. I'm happy. I got my camera working again with my the streaming feature I use. So yay. Evidently, all I needed to do was delete Chrome and re-download it 2 times. Just twice. This tab is using your camera. I'm like, I know. I said it could. So what's up? Hey, Mr. Black Wolf. Hey, Kentucky girl. I wasn't going to stream tonight because I worked today and I was exhausted when I came home again today. But then I took a little nap, went to the store, came back and I don't know, I saw the bullshit going on. I'm like, fuck it. I ain't got to work tomorrow. Let's stream. Yeah, it's a nice Saturday night. Why not? I should do something for a Saturday, maybe. I never do anything anymore. So, yeah. Oh, I'm freezing all day today. I don't know why. Hey, Texas. Hello, Aaron. Hello, chat. Oh, yay. All right, so wait a minute. I didn't. Put my audio on. Okay, yeah, no, that's I'm ready. Okay, good. So yeah, what the fuck's going on now today? I mean, it's just yeah, it just sounds like some more bullshit. Because I mean, what was it? Just the other day, maybe, or like a week or so ago, she was just convinced. Or no, it's right. A couple months ago, it was this woman from North Carolina, and because she had all these reasons to why it was her, and then it wasn't her. Then it was Steve. Then I don't even know, but then I got back around to being this woman from North Carolina. Now, I feel like okay, so you know how like some people go to the casino or whatever, and they play like roulette, and they'll only bet like black or red. Okay, I feel like you're one of those players, and you bet black or red, but then green comes up. Because I feel like this is just like insert player who no one fucking saw coming, thought about or considered or whatever, and you just started this whole narrative around all these other players that everyone's already familiar with, and now you're entering a brand new player right into the middle of the scene. It's like, nah, that's some bullshit. That's what it feels like. But whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so now I guess the local moms to Katie Joy are bullying her. No, the local moms to disabled kids around Katie Joy are bullying her because I don't know. I don't really know why. She doesn't give any reason. Oh no, that's right. Her reason, I guess, is because one of these moms is allegedly pissed because Katie Joy doesn't remember her. Like, even if, okay, think about that. Even if this were someone from I don't know, someone who people really admired and wanted to meet, even if it was someone like that, this story, this reason why is so completely far-fetched. Like, no one sits around thinking, I can't believe that YouTuber, that T-channel YouTuber doesn't remember meeting me last October or some shit like that. I can't believe it. I'm going to make her I'm going to make her pay. I'm going to ruin her life. Like, nobody fucking does that. Like, I mean, even if you grew up with freaking, I don't even know. Even if you grew up with Dolly Parton, okay, and Dolly Parton doesn't remember you, you're not going to sit there and talk like that and scheme and plot like that against Dolly Parton. And she's a fucking amazing woman, okay? I would be bummed if she met me and didn't remember meeting me. I'm just saying, But I wouldn't be vindictively angry and then actually act out my feelings. No, but someone like Katie Joy, I guess there's crazies like that. Like, it's not possible. It's not possible. Why does my light keep going up? It does this all the time. That pisses me off. Oh, sorry, I didn't turn these on. Here we go. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna get to those in just a moment. Okay. Hey, Animal Lover. Hey, Bella. Hey, the Crazy Lady. Hey, Renell Smith. All right, so I'm going to go straight to here. I'm not sharing screen, right? Okay, no. Wait, what's it? Oh, okay. Look at that in a second. I don't know if I saw those come. Okay, so let me just open these up in a new tab, and then we're going to get to it. I read all of these already, and it's, you know how it is. You read something once, and you don't retain everything you read, And I'm just, as I'm transferring them over to a new tab right now, I see something I forgot about. It's just, it amazes me. This fucking amazes me. It really does. Now, also, let's see. There's other screenshots too I had, but these are the first ones I was sent because I imagine she's getting to the comments and probably deleting some. So if there's anything that was deleted, it would probably be in these screenshots. Okay, where are they opening up at? Okay, and one more. Okay, so get the first one here. So for those of you who don't know, Katie's suddenly burst into like a ball of energy over on Instagram tonight and decided she had a brand new story she wanted to feed people. So that one, yeah. No. I don't know if I got the right one or not. Yes, I do. Okay. So here is her post on Instagram. It says, "It's come to my attention, thanks to a very good friend, that there are local mothers of children with disabilities actively spreading malicious, defamatory lies about myself and my son. Thank you to my friend for helping me identify the source of the horrific false allegations of abuse. Any mother that is a part of this group, you are now on notice that I know who you are now on notice that I know who you are, and law enforcement will be notified." What do you mean will be? Why weren't they already? If this is, I mean, first of all, okay, let's say that they are spreading malicious, defamatory lies. Are they going to be arrested for that, like in a criminal sense? I mean, come on. But by all means, waste law enforcement time even more than you have already, really, because I'm sure that they love that by now. If any of you are seen in my neighborhood taking photos of my house, I will call the police and have you arrested. You hear that there, local Minnesota police? You are now Katie Joy's personal security team. So if she sees someone in her neighborhood, like any other Karen, and doesn't want them there, well, you get to get a phone call from Karen there, and you get to show up and you get to do her bidding for her. I bet that feels real good. Now, don't get me wrong. Should there be people in her neighborhood actually committing crimes or with the intent of committing crimes, then by all means, they deserve to be arrested. And I hope that police do, in fact, do their jobs. But that's not what she's saying here. It's literally not what she's saying here. I had never abused my son. Anyone stating this is actively defaming me. Maybe, yeah, okay, I can see that. I don't think that one's supposed to be the next one in line. Oh, okay, I guess it is. Sorry, I'm trying not to swallow things near the microphone because I heard Katie doing that the other day and I almost threw up. It was disgusting. So I apologize for that. That's what I'm doing. All right, so she goes on to say, "I was a mother that was desperate to help my son that was dealing with a rare congenital anomaly that impacted him globally. What does that mean, impacted him globally? I don't know what that means. Anyways, I mean, I'm an idiot for that, but globally, I think like literally like around the world. But it could mean like, you know how like in medicine, if you have like a rash, they say apply it locally. They mean just where the rash is, don't apply it everywhere. So I'm wondering if globally is used in that sense here. I don't know, but I never heard that phrase before, so I wonder what it means. Anyway, I reached out to a support group believing they could offer me help and guidance. See, and that's the thing. She did, I no doubt she reached out to groups looking for help and guidance, if you want to call it, whatever. But the thing is that you can do that and hope for it and ask for it. But nobody there owes it to you. If you don't get it, that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that you try somewhere else. Help and guidance. Only to have a group of vindictive and angry mothers weaponize their misery against me. Misery. That's an interesting word to use, describing how someone feels about you. Misery. Like, okay. Like whether it's justified or called for or not, if someone is, if the word you use to describe other people's feelings towards you is misery, it's something that you might want to address somehow. I don't know. My son's condition happens to 1 in 500,000 births. The issues that occur in patients vary drastically, and my son managed to have some of the most severe global issues that have required a massive team of doctors, nurses, and therapists to manage. Why are we talking about her kid? Like, seriously, why is she talking about her kid? The woman who says that she never talks about her kid, that this channel has nothing to do with her kid, it's not part of her business plan, why is she always talking about her fucking kid? When he needed heart surgery, they accused me of lying. When he needed a feeding tube, they told everyone I had Munchausen's by proxy. That is an interesting thing that I want to address for a moment, okay? Now, I've always been of the belief that she does not suffer from that, and I'm still of that belief, okay? That doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying I'm still of that belief. But this is something, a claim, an accusation that she has repeated for having thrown at her time and again. The first time I heard her making these accusations, she was blaming LB for it. Okay. That was the first time. Then after that, that was the first time I heard it. But before then, though, I guess that she was also blaming some members or some people or whatever on Kiwi Farms of accusing her of that or whatever. So there's that. And then there's Steve. She's blamed Steve for that. I mean, she's blamed all kinds of people for it, really. But it's just strange how, like, a lot of people call her a liar. A lot of people will say she's not trustworthy. She's a bitch. You know, she's shady. She's shifty, whatever, you know, all kinds of shit. But Munchausen by proxy is like, okay, so all the normal names or common names we hear or we use to discuss her are like here in this ball. Munchausen's is like over here. Okay, it's like, why? And it's one of those things where I really don't hear or see people accuse her of that. Like when I first came around the community, maybe a little bit, but really not that much, and not really now at all. But she can't let that go. I don't know why that is, but I don't know. Even if I had people accusing me of that, I wouldn't want to keep reminding everyone who didn't already know that I was accused of that I was in fact accused of that. But that seems to be what Katie keeps doing, in my opinion. There's medical proof for everything. So now is she offering the medical proof? Because I thought she doesn't talk about her kid. And if she's not offering it, then why are we talking about medical proof and why are we talking about her kid? Like, you know, sometimes people will just talk shit about you. Get over it. It's crazy. We've never doctor shopped. My husband actually manages his care now. Congenital heart disease is not fakeable, nor are the neurological conditions he has. Shame on all of you that continue to harass and falsely accuse me and imply my son is healthy. How dare you call him that? What the fuck? That is cruel to him. It is cruel. You are cruel to my son when you sit there and look at him and say he looks capable. How dare you talk to him like that? Like, oh my God. Holy shit. He is a person who disabilities that fights. What? He is a person who disabilities that fights daily and thrives, no thanks to your vile and disgusting actions. I'm going to shut up on that one. And then this is the next screenshot. This is the crap they spew to gaslight me. So me being falsely accused of child abuse is my fault. It seems like you are literally always getting into it with so many people all of the time. There's a saying, if everyone else has a problem with you, then the common denominator is you. Katie interprets that to mean, shame on you, I do not abuse my child. Now, she could have came back and say, how dare you say I can't do fractions? They would relate it more to the comment than what she related it to, okay? Seriously, like, obviously they're not, the person's really not talking about math, okay? Or let alone fractions. But that would make more sense than Katie jumping right to, I don't abuse my child. How dare you say that? What the heck is wrong with you? Don't worry. This person is now blocked. Oh, thank gosh. I'm so worried. Crisis averted. She blocked them. Okay, and then here we have, okay, this is the one I just read. Katie then follows that up with, I am now aware of the local connection to some of the harassment we have been experiencing. A group of mothers with children with disabilities that are local to me that apparently don't like me. One of them appears to be upset that I don't. Where'd it go? Oh, that I don't remember meeting her. They are spreading malicious lies about my son and me. These lies are contributing to false reports being made to CPS. They said he looked healthy. They told CPS my son looked healthy. It's so malicious of them and false. Thank you to my real life friend and moderator, Michelle, for helping me and sharing these details. Michelle, I just want you to know, no judgment or anything here, none whatsoever. But when, not if, but when the time comes, and I hope I'm wrong, but when the time comes, I want you to know that you have friends here already, okay? And just come say hi when you're ready, when you don't have her anymore, I guess, I don't know. I am also grateful to my fellow mothers of children with disabilities that offer us support, love, and compassion. I'm grateful to the handful of women that have been walking alongside of us for almost a decade. I'm surprised she didn't break all their legs. I know, I'm kidding. All right, figuratively speaking, not literally. There is no room for hurting other mothers like us. False allegations hurt all of us and make it harder for all of us. Like, I think she needed one more sentence that used the phrase all of us in it to really bring that home, I think. Okay. This group is convinced I abuse my son and that he's not medically complex. I thought it was fragile. Now he's not fragile. Now he's complex. He's medically complex. And what does that even mean exactly? I mean, because we're all individuals, so technically we could all be medically complex when you think about it. And anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to know. I don't care to know. Just don't answer it. Let's not talk about your kid. It's not you talk about your kid either. I know, like, some people will sit there and say, like, oh, well, she has every right to. That's her kid. That's her kid. Sure, okay. But here's the thing, though. You don't then have a right to take that right away from those listening to participate in the conversation, either with you or without you, but participate in furthering this conversation along. You don't have that right to do that. So both allegations are defamatory and demonstrably false. How is saying I don't believe your kid is medically complex? How is that an allegation that's defamatory? Who is that defaming? Seriously. All right, here we have comments. These mothers are setting horrible examples for their own children and should be questioning their own morals as a parent. Katie says, I'm so disappointed. We keep to ourselves. I disconnected from all local support groups more than 6 years ago. None of these women have seen. So 6 years, 6 fucking years, really? You think that these women or any person's been holding on to some grudge for 6 years? Six years ago. None of these women have seen me since my son was 3 or 4 years old. He's 11 now. They've accused me of lying about his illnesses and gone as far as saying we've made up that he had heart surgery. They are sick and will be dealt with accordingly. You know, this sounds like a threat of some kind, doesn't it? Not dealt with. They will be dealt with accordingly. To whose accordion are they going to be dealt with? I didn't mean it to sound like that, but yeah, okay, let's go with it. Seriously, whose? Because you say accordingly. Now, is that according to Katie? Is that according to a court of law? Is that according to the majority? Is that according to you, me? What is accordingly here? Who's laying the judgment of what is according? That's what I want to know. Because, I mean, it just sounds like kind of a vague statement. And I wonder what that will cover. All right, this one says, I understand the attacks on you and I don't understand the attacks on you and your son. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Get a job, for fuck's sake. Trust me. Trust me. My son isn't even part of my work. But here we are, yet again, in a post talking about him. It's just another day that ends in Y, but he's not a part of your work. He's not at all like the reason why you started even becoming some sort of reporting figure on social media or on the internet. No, he's not part of your work. I mean, he was just the sole fucking subject, the sole reason, the sole inspiration for your online work or whatever for years. And then you decided you wanted to make money. So then you dropped him. Which, I mean, I'm not judging. Hey, I'm all for making that money. I get it. Awesome. But it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of dishonest, really, to act like you gave up talking about your son for some noble cause or some like moral gesture or whatever, when in actuality, you just wanted to pay your mortgage. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just say it. I don't share photos. Don't discuss him. He's private, completely private. I stopped sharing about him when he was 5, 11. That's insane. I have a medically complex and disabled son. It's disgusting to me that another special needs mother would ever be so cruel. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I see you, Mama. It just sounds creepy. This road is not easy, but it's. She's such a heroine. Like, seriously, she's such an amazing woman to look up to because of how responsibly she's taken on the role of this of mothering this like defective but worth it child. And I'm not saying he's that way, but that's how she sounds. She sounds like, yeah, he's not perfect. He's got these issues, but it's so worth it. Like, it just sounds so demeaning, man. It really does. There's more though. There's a little bit more. I just got pulled up over on the site. I'm not sharing screen. Okay, no, I'm not sharing that screen. Okay. Oh, wait, I want to read this one too. Shit, I didn't even see that one. No, we're just gonna go to her Instagram, I think. All right. Let me refresh this real quick. So, now what is this? What's this shit here? Gypsy Rose Blanchard finally addressed the laws that prohibit profiting off crimes. Missouri laws prohibits her from profiting. What? What laws? What? Any one of Dee Dee's siblings can sue her over her participation in the documentaries and writing of books. Really? How so? I see on the video here she's talking about the Son of Sam laws. I don't know if Missouri or whatever has those laws or not, but it's a moot point, I think, because she's not profiting off of her crimes. Okay, she's not writing a book about what it was like for her when she set up and plotted and planned to have her mother killed. That's not what she's talking about. In fact, I'm pretty sure that she avoids any and all discussion of that entirely. No, she's profiting off of her life, off of her life in the past and her present life in prison. Okay, that's not profiting off of her crimes. She's not using Dee Dee's, her mother's existence and telling her story to make a profit or anything. She's not sharing any and all memories she had with her co-defendant there, Nick, whatever his name is. Okay. She's not discussing any of that. So why? This isn't even an issue. It's crazy. I don't know. But let's, by all means, let's hear, fucking the law expert here give her 2 cents on this shit. Thus far, no one has taken legal action against her. This is apparently a risk that she's willing to. Oh. Did Gypsy do something to piss Katie off? And this is Katie's flex? Well, I want to hear what she said here. Oh, I don't know if the sound's going to come through. I'm going to have to restart the share screen in order to get the sound. For some reason, when I just go from tab to tab to tab, it won't work. Okay. Okay. Come on. I'm going to have to close some of these tabs too. I get way too many open. I'm getting pinwheel. Just give me 1 second. It'll stop coming though if I close a bunch of tabs. Okay.
I had pitched my book to a couple of different publishing companies, and only a handful responded because they were honestly kind of worried about the Son of Sam law. Now, my current publisher, Ben Bella, was like gracious enough and like brave enough to take on my story, with keeping in mind the Son of Sam laws. And of course, like they have legal departments and everything to make sure that that is all squared away. I consider myself an author. I have put out one book, which is called Released: Conversations on the Eve of Freedom. And I co-wrote that with Melissa Moore and Michelle Matrashani. And we are currently working on my memoir. So currently I am working as an author. Was it difficult to get a publisher? Yeah, kind of. We had pitched my book.
That word picked up on it. Okay. I'm curious about that. Let me look at chat here real quick. Are you guys giving any input on this? Wonder if she's wondering like Dee Dee. If Faith was involved in any of these groups, she feels she's being persecuted. She shares a lot about her child. Mine is complex and medically complicated, and so was her dad before he passed. Son of Sam laws do not apply to her state. Okay. Each state with them has different definitions of profiting off your crimes. Okay. One book does not make one an author. I caught that. I don't know if I hid my eye rolling effectively or not, but when I heard her say that, like, okay. 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 So would it have been okay? So when she hooked up with her first publisher there, the one who turned her into an author here, would that have fallen under like Missouri legal, like Missouri jurisdiction, if you will? Like, would Missouri laws or lack thereof be what would have to be referred to in this regard? Or would it be another state, possibly like where the publisher is located? Or maybe she was living in a different state at the time. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm wondering if there is any other reason why one publisher would be fine with it, but now she claims to be running into this concern. I wonder if there were different state laws each time. I would think so, because she was incarcerated. Okay, all right. So where's she living now? Is she in Missouri still? Or I thought she was in Louisiana or some shit. I don't know, but. Or would it fall under the state in which she committed the crime? Would those laws be the ones? Due to the Supreme Court ruling on the New York case on the Son of Sam law, each state has its own version. Okay. She's in Louisiana. Okay. So yeah, no, but I'm curious. Would this? I mean, I just assumed that the state laws that would apply would be the state in which the person is living in. But would it be that, or would it be the law or the state in which the crime was committed? State of the criminal offense. Okay. So it would be Missouri then, right? Okay. Especially when you have a ghostwriter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Louisiana is where she's in. Missouri doesn't have them either. See, I always thought that some of Son of Sam laws pretty much applied to people in jail or in prison, because you're there to pay for your crimes. You're not there to get paid for your crimes, But I thought that once the person was had considered to have paid their debt to society, if you will, I thought that then it was a different concept. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Missouri does not have the law, but Louisiana does. Okay. Well, someone above said that it would be to the laws according or in the state of the offense. So that would be Missouri. But I mean, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But Katie's probably calling publishing companies. Probably. I bet they still don't call her back. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm being petty. All right, I'll shut up. Anyway, to warn them. I didn't even finish reading your comment. New York has the strictest ones. Oh, damn it. So does that mean if I commit a crime, I can't write about it and make money? Shit. Okay, so, but no, all right, so considering that, with all that we have, I mean, I still don't think that it would apply because she's writing she's like she said it's a memoir or whatever of her life or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure that she's gonna have to acknowledge the crime and shit, but if she doesn't, if that's not the focal point, the main point, like the main subject or whatever of the book, but it's instead the abuse and shit and what it was like growing up, you know, pretending to be sick and shit all the time. If that's the case, then why I don't think son of Sam, I can't say that really. Son of Sam laws would apply, but whether I'm right or wrong, it's not the point. Why does Katie think that they would definitely apply? See, this Katie's talked about this before, okay? When people had brought it up or whatever, Katie has like argued with people. And then when she got mad at Gypsy there, then Katie ran with this concept of, oh, you can't profit off your crimes. Wait, what would your parole officer say? You know, like shit like that, she was saying. But then she dropped that when Gypsy, you know, made nice with her or whatever. And she's been defending her ever since again. So for Katie to come out and even acknowledge this, I'm thinking that Katie might be pissed off here at Gypsy for whatever reason, or Gypsy's family, or God knows what. I don't know. But that's what it looks like, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the thing. Because here, thus far, no one has taken legal action against her. This is apparently a risk that she's willing to take. Like, it almost sounds like Katie's reminding her, like, yo, you might want to slow your roll here a little bit, sis, because you don't know how fucking close you are to risking everything. You know, and you obviously don't care, but maybe your family or maybe Dee Dee's family needs to be reminded of what they should care about. You know, obviously you don't care about this risk. So what do you care? You know, I think there might be trouble in paradise. I do. And it's so sad for them. Anyway. Would she be able to write about the abuse she received growing up, but stop before the time period surrounding the crime? I'm curious if her whole life is somehow off limits or only the part of her life leading up to, during, and after. Just curious about the legalities. Great question. Thank you. I thought it was too. There's always a loophole. Okay. While we're here, let's see if there's comments on this one. What the fuck? Dang, girl, I don't know how you put up with this shit all the time. I still love your ass, though. What the Run. Huh. Oh, wait. That's interesting. Not really bringing in a whole lot of comments and shit. Okay, so I go over to. There you go. I got it on there. Okay. Let me refresh this. Same post we read. Oh wait, I want to see some. Let's see the edit history. Oh, there's. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, there's one. Okay. This is weird. Like Katie's not even commenting on these. Like normally she's like stalking her comment section like right after she puts up one of these posts. But it's like she dropped and ran away almost. Oh well. All right, get rid of that. Oh, I didn't close it out. I just minimized it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go back over to chat here. Yeah. Damn it. Sorry. I'm checking one of my security cameras because we're looking for a cat. Not our cat. Our cat's here, but a different cat. Is that it I had? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, she did say that. What are you talking about? So, wait. I'm going to be replying to your message real quick in Messenger, and I want to know why you asked me that question. And she said she didn't have one that she used for personal use there. That's because I remember she said it that way, and I remember thinking, well, that's right, she did have one for the page or something. But not. She said she didn't have anyone. She didn't have one for personal use, and I don't know if that's true or not. But okay. It's funny that Katie has all this legal awareness about everyone else she has tea on, but no understanding of civil law and how it works. Oh, it's always good to spend more time with family. I should do that more. Oh, okay. So yeah, I had questions. Now I may not be owed answers, okay, and no one. I don't deserve it, or I know when I don't deserve it. That's not the right word, but nobody owes me anything. Okay, I get that. But I mean, I think I have a right to at least ask, given how the blame for much of this shit over the past 3 years has been pointed in my direction, along with others. Don't get me wrong; I'm hardly like the first or main culprit here, that got blamed. But still, my name's been added to it nonetheless. So I kind of have questions that I feel like I have a right to ask, but whether or not I get answers, whatever. Like, I'm reluctant to believe any of the things or the direction in which fingers, because how do we know that that person, whoever is being pointed at now, today, won't also find themselves in the same shoes myself and others have found themselves in, being falsely accused? And like, I'm kind of curious why. Like, why she really thinks that this happened. She can't honestly think that someone's just pissed off that she was forgotten about. I mean, that's kind of narcissistic, really, to think that your failure to remember, to just simply remember someone you don't know, is going to cause such a visceral reaction in someone and cause them to act out in this manner against you and cause them to focus all their attention solely on you for all this time. To think that is probably about the most narcissistic thing I can imagine, anyway. Because, like, only in your own mind would you ever think or conceive of a scenario in which you are that important to someone. In real life, that's not going to happen, especially when you don't have anything to bring to the table to begin with. Like, there isn't some trait or some possession of yours that other people would give anything to have or to know or to be a part of. There's nothing like that here. So why the fuck would people be going this crazy just over the simple fact of not being remembered? It's not going to happen. But yeah. I wonder though if she just thinks, like, assumes or expects that it is going to happen because that's how she has reacted to the same slights from other people. I wonder. What? See, I don't know shit about LLCs. I need to learn more about that, because I thought that when you establish yourself as an LLC, it helped protect you from basically being sued for the shirt off your back or whatever. But honestly, I don't know. I need to know more. Anyway. I think that was it. I didn't really have a whole lot planned. I just want to go over this because it did. It left me dumbfounded. Like, that one fucking part, especially where let me see her. And this is okay. So this is a vibe I get from this too, which is a different kind of beast, I guess, in its own right. But she says, "Shame on all of you that continue to harass and falsely accuse me and imply my son is healthy. That is cruel to him. He is a person, I'm guessing, with disabilities that fights daily and thrives, no thanks to you." It's like you're throwing your kid to the wolves there. Like, not under the bus. No, you're throwing him to the fucking wolves. That's what you're doing. You're saying that these people are so unhinged, okay, that yeah, just that they're so unhinged. They're coming up with all these things. They have all these negative and horrible effects on you and your kid. And rather than you face them and you deal with them for your own right and what they're doing to you, you are taking on the fight for him. And when he probably doesn't really give a shit, you're making it look like he gives a shit by giving a shit for him. So if you were right about what you're accusing people of here doing, if you were correct in this, then, or accurate, I guess would be the word, then who do you think that they're going to be mad at if there are, in fact, this unhinged and this fucking crazy? They're not going to be pissed off at you because you're not speaking from a place of your anger. You're speaking from a place of his and his issues and the hardships this could cause him. So when people want to push back on that, unhinged people, that is, they're going to want to help create these things that you are claiming or like trying to fight against, I guess. I don't know. They're going to come back stronger. But I don't think that this is an accurate assessment of what, if anything, had transpired. So, but anyways, but another part though too. What was I getting at there? I forgot. Okay, yeah, that's this one and then the next one. Okay. So, I'm now aware of the local connection. I'm now aware of the local connection to some of the harassment we've been experiencing. A group of mothers with children with disabilities, and think about that too. Okay, so she's putting this group on blast, just not quite naming names at this point. But if she does end up naming names, she will be turning around and victimizing these parents of children with disabilities. This is no different than what she claims has been done to her, only she really will be putting a target on their back. They're not putting one on hers because, well, they're not a YouTuber with a huge platform, for one. And for two, if what she's saying is accurate, well, then they're just talking shit about her. They're not trying to actively accuse her of, like, well, maybe. No, I don't think so. I think that the effect of what she's doing would have a more presence, I guess. But anyway, and local to me apparently don't like me. Okay, so here are her reasonings for this group doing this. They don't like her. One appears to be upset. One of them appears to be upset that Katie doesn't remember meeting her. Okay, where is it? Here we go. So let's see. They don't like her. Upset that Katie doesn't remember meeting them. Not even like, you don't remember when we were friends and we hung out, we went drinking or whatever with each other though for those 2 months? Just a meeting. Okay. So they're vindictive and angry. They don't believe her or something. When we needed heart surgery, they accused me of lying. Well, why did they? If this is true, which I don't think it is, but if this were true, what were their reasonings for accusing her of lying? I mean, what's the intent here? And how can you prove that intent specifically? She fails to do this in many of the scenarios that she kind of explains to people or tries to relay to people of her relationships with people. And it's very vague. And I think that that's intentional because she doesn't want to give any reference or any hints of any of the fucked up shit she's done to, I don't know, maybe upset those who met her. Because seriously, and not for nothing, if almost everyone you meet in life, whether it's professionally, personally, locally, virtually, whatever, if almost every person you meet and become friendly with suddenly doesn't want to be your friend anymore or be friendly with you anymore, or just even vocally shares their dislike of you, sure, a couple of times maybe it's just that person being a bitch. But if it's like almost every freaking time, then you might want to look into that a little, I think. Anyway, they accused me of lying when they told everyone I had Munchausen's. But why? Okay, so if they're already actively doing these other things, why do they need to do more shit suddenly? Okay, so what? This too. Okay, when he needed heart surgery, they accused me of lying. What did they accuse you of lying about? Needing heart surgery or having a heart issue to begin with? Like, what was the lie? Because down here she says congenital heart disease is not fakeable. But in the first sentence up here, you get the impression that she was accused of lying about her son needing a heart surgery, not about congenital heart issues. But down here, she says it's not fakeable. Well, who said you're faking that? Like, there's something more going on here, and I think it's interesting. But it does kind of, I don't know, give segue into why now she's very passive aggressively addressing Gypsy Rose. I think she's just mad right now. Maybe she's had a couple drinks. I don't know. Which I don't fault her for it, man. Hey, drink them if you got them. All right. So does this mean every other person she has accused of this stuff is now innocent? I don't know. This week we are. Everyone is, yeah. This week, the woman from North Carolina can relax because she's not going to have the finger pointed at her right now. Steve could even, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, do shit, but I don't know what to say. But yeah, it looks like everyone's off the hook for this week. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know. Hey, Haiti Joyless. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. You're right, Flying Man Laura. So Laura says that is a piece of shit statement and insult to her kiddo, in my opinion. Just because he has a disability does not mean he's not healthy. So yeah, your kid can't be healthy with a disability? I didn't even think about it like that. You're right. That's absolutely right. It's also too, like, you want to sit there, it's like she wants to take credit for him thriving and getting through the daily fights that he has just to exist. She wants to take credit for this. She wants to brag about it. But don't you dare look at her kid like he's some sort of success or something, and he's not, unhealthy, or he's not able or whatever, because he's not. Like, it's like saying, always look at my son like he's going to always need help. but give me credit for him fighting. That's how that reads. That's exactly how that reads. I don't think she has Munchausen by proxy. I don't. I'm not an expert. I'm not anyone whose words or opinions should hold any weight in this area. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that. But I do kind of think or wonder if she does relate to Dee Dee Blanchard on some level, in some way, for whatever reason. It could be a completely benign reason. I don't know. I'm not even saying anything like that. But it does seem like she might possibly relate. And I don't know. People seem to keep asking Katie why she's constantly and so adamantly sticking up for Gypsy, at every turn. And I think that these are good questions because it is kind of odd. I wonder why it is so. Okay, on that note, it's 2:30. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get some sleep and hopefully wake up at a decent time tomorrow and get some shit done. I will definitely be streaming though tomorrow. I don't know about what though. Yeah, I want to do something different. So it won't, I don't know when that'll be. I don't know what time. It won't be early. I don't want it to be late though either. I'm hoping around like late evening. I don't know. Is this a new post? Oh, the one I was reading? Yeah, it's on her Instagram. How about Canada? How about Canada? Okay, I'm out. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm so happy I get to use my intro and outros again. Bye.